Hi, this is Sarah from Align with Sarah. This month we're talking about dreaming, and this week I want to talk about who's coming along with you on those dreams. So let's get into that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how I imagine this in my mind, and how this comes together. This great analogy of, like kind of like taking this trip, who's coming along on this dream, and using the analogy of a ship or a boat or some kind of water vessel, because when we're when people are on a ship, I mean, I don't even know much about this, other than having some friends in the Navy. I don't really like water. I don't like going on boats, but it tends to seem to me that everyone on the boat has a very specific job, right? So if we're imagining our dream and it's this vessel setting out on this voyage, heading towards this goal of whatever it is that you want it to be, financial, relationship, a new car, did I already say financial? So, whatever your goal is out there, that's the direction that you're heading in the ship. And, we have the first mate and we have the crew, and we have people setting up sails or checking engines or, making sure that there's enough food so that, the journey can happen, enough fuel of whatever kind, so that we can, keep going. And those are all the positive people. Those are all of your support system. Those are your friends and your family and um, any support systems where if you have a financial advisor and you have a financial goal, if you have somebody you're working close with for, in the banking world, your accountant, your, people at your financial institution, just your regular, personnel inside the branch that take your deposits or, check your account for overdrafts in the morning, in their systems. These are all the people that have positions and have jobs in this ship or this vessel that's setting sail to your goal. This is your dream heading that way. And, then there's also these experiences of people, are you taking the sails down? Are you dropping anchor? Are you adding baggage? Are you adding cargo? Are you making things complicated? Are you not doing, your job as part of a crew member, creating confusion? We have those people in our life too. And I think for me, recognizing, okay, well, if this goal that I have, and we will just stick to financial. If I have this financial goal and I have this person in my life, every time I see them, they're, complaining about their bills. They don't have enough money. They don't have any plan. They don't have um, things organized in a way that makes me feel stimulated. I'm not learning from them. Maybe they're asking me to borrow money. Those are people that are dropping anchor, taking the sails down, adding baggage, and creating this journey to be more complicated, less fluid, as it would be if they were not, so entangled. So, and that doesn't mean, they're overboard. We're tossing them off, walking the plank. It just means it's a conversation. I feel like that's the answer to everything. Just have that conversation, whether it feels tough or not. Be aware of how you're arriving, be aware of what you're arriving to talk about, what emotions are involved, and talking about your own experience in the situation. So, keeping with that example of the financial piece and saying to that friend, I noticed that when you talk about, things when we get together in the afternoon, I notice you talk about how many bills you got that day and what's unpaid and how stressed you are around money. And I'm noticing that, and it makes me kind of afraid because I have these financial goals and it's kind of creating doubt. So, do you want some information about what I have gathered? I have this financial advisor that's really helped me streamline my expenses, has really helped me, decide of, you know, what I can liquidate to increase my assets, things like that. Like that's a conversation about me and my experience and what I can share. And of course, they can say yes or they can say no, and then the conversation continues. Well, I'm really trying to build my confidence with this financial goal of mine. So maybe we can talk about something else. And if would you mind if I just point out, if we're having a conversation, would you mind if I point out that you're floating back into that place that creates doubt for me, and I'm trying really hard to not be there. So again, it's a conversation, it's about me, it's about my experience, and it's me just asking for something that I need, something that, or offering something that I might be able to offer. So those simple conversations, simple does not mean easy, those simple conversations come from the heart, and they come from a place of reaching out and connecting and trying to share information and trying to get people on board, or to direct them into their own place. That person might not ever realize how much they complain about money, or how what a struggle it is for them. They might think that's just how it is with money. That story that's in their head, their subconscious mind, it might just be white noise. They might not even notice that it's coming out of their mouth. So approaching that, any sort of conflict, if you feel like somebody might be adding cargo, dropping the anchor, taking the sails down, lifting the motor out of the water, all of those things, that should encourage a conversation, because those are then offsetting what our boundaries are and where we want to be going, and with our direction, with our goal. So that's where my thoughts are going to be this week, as I'm continuing to dream about dreaming and letting this all come together. And I hope that is helpful for you, an analogy that is helpful for you. So thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to you again real soon.